United States military is not only leading in terms of air superiority, it has taken charge of the sea and is ready for battle. With a huge investment of $700 billion, this nation has developed a sea beast. This aircraft carrier is different from the regular. It boasts advanced technologies that has never been seen in any other aircraft. Its stealthy features and lethal armaments makes it a formidable rival. What are the specifications of this aircraft carrier that has shocked Russia? What makes it better than other aircraft carriers? Join us as we explore the unique features of the United States aircraft carrier that is finally ready for battle, leaving Russia shocked. When it comes to the development of aircraft carriers, no other nation does it better than the United States. This nation is simply the best, and they have proven this yet again. They just built an even better one called the USS Gerald Ford, and it is the most expensive of them all, cost a whopping $700 billion. This supercarrier is like the captain of America's top-class carriers. Since its development, no other nation.s carrier has come close enough to building something that's up to the USS Gerald. This aircraft carrier is a special group of aircraft carriers being made for the U.S. Navy. They're supposed to be the newest and best ones, and there are plans to build 10 of them. They're already working on 2. One of them, the USS Gerald Ford supercarrier, is finished and ready for battle. Even before it was done, this ship was considered the most advanced carrier in the world. It is quite larger than anyone ever created, and weighs 100,000 tons, and it's packed with 23 amazing new technologies. Building it was such a big deal that the Navy had to stop working on over 9,000 other projects to focus on it. The USS Gerald R. Ford, or CVN-78, is a big ship used by the United States Navy. It's the first one of its kind, named after Gerald Ford, who was the 38th President of the United States. This former president served in the Navy during the Second World War on a ship called the Monterey. This ship is named after him as a way to honor his dedication towards. They started building the Gerald R. Ford on August 11, 2005. The first big piece of steel was cut for it by a company called Northrop Grumman. They put the keel, or the bottom part of the ship, down on November 13, 2009. The ship was given a special ceremony called a christening on November 9, 2013, and officially joined the Navy on May 31, 2017, replacing an old ship called the USS Enterprise. Originally, they planned to finish the ship in 2015, but it took longer than expected. President Donald Trump officially put it into service on July 22, 2017. Its first mission started on October 4, 2022. As of 2024, it still remains the biggest aircraft carrier in the world and the largest warship ever made. Gerald R. Ford is supposed to be the first of a new kind of aircraft carrier that's better than the old ones called the Nimitz class. It is equipped with some unique radar systems and a control system that helps defend the ship. The part of the ship where they control things is a bit shorter but taller than on the Nimitz class. They've moved it back a bit and closer to the edge of the ship. Instead of using steam to launch planes, they equipped the aircraft with a new system called the Electromagnetic Aircraft Launch System, also called EMLS. This system is very important because it doesn't need steam, so there's more space inside the ship. The system can catapult any type of aircraft into the sky in the shortest possible distance, and in a resting gear that saves them from becoming sea divers by grinding them to a sharp halt. These systems are designed for 4,100 takeoffs and 16,500 arrests before faults occur. With the EMLS, the Gerald R. Ford can launch 25% more planes each day and needs 25% fewer crew members. The Navy believes that this update will save them $4 billion over 50 years. According to the Chief of Naval Operations, ADM Jonathan Greenert, the Gerald R. Ford encompasses a couple of amazing capabilities. It can carry drones, advanced fighters, and even lasers. But there were some problems with all these upgrades when the Pentagon tested them. They had to fix some software issues, but they couldn't do it until after the ship was already finished in 2019. Let's check out some of the advanced features of this particular aircraft carrier and why it is better than the rest. As mentioned earlier, Gerald R. Ford class carriers are packed with advanced features, one of which is the fact that they make use of an advanced arresting gear to catch aircraft when they land, which makes it quite unique. That aside, it might sound ironic for a ship its size. But the level of automation in this carrier has significantly reduced the need for as many crew members compared to older carriers that can literally not function efficiently without a large amount of crew members. To defend themselves, this carrier is equipped with the updated RIM 162 Evolved Sea Sparrow missile for better defense. They also have special radars known as AN/Spy-3X band and AN/Spy-4S band, which work together as dual-band radar. These were originally developed for a different type of ship called Zumwalt-class destroyers. They're planning to switch to a new radar called AN/Spy-6 on the next carrier, John F. Kennedy. Their design incorporates stealth features to make them harder to detect on radar. They are powered by a new kind of reactor, nuclear power propulsion called the A1B reactor, which generates more power. These nuclear reactors are the most advanced engines that have been created for use on water. As a result of this technological marvel, the carrier can run for 25 years at a time without refueling, and with a maximum speed of around 30 knots. If you have wondered what the carrying capacity of this aircraft carrier is, here it is. The USS Gerald is capable of carrying up to 90 fighter jets. Among them is the Navy's favorite, the fifth-generation F-35C Lightning II. This plane is super expensive to develop, costing the Pentagon a reported $400 billion. But it's worth it because this fighter can do everything, from close air support to taking off and landing vertically. And when the Navy's next-gen fighter is ready, the USS Ford is all set with the right technology to handle it, like launching and landing. The ship is supposed to carry new planes called Joint Strike Fighters, but because of some delays in making these planes, they won't be ready until later. But its carrying capacity is not limited to fighter jets alone. Other types of aircraft that it can carry includes various types of helicopters and even drones. Just imagine how big this aircraft carrier would be to accommodate a large number of aircraft. It is truly a technological marvel. A noticeable difference between older carriers and this recent one is the placement of the control tower, which is in a different location. The other differences are in the form of capacity. But despite its very advanced capabilities, they are intended to have lower operating costs over their lifespan due to requiring fewer crew members. Also, they are designed to sustain 160 flights per day for over a month, with the ability to handle more if necessary. However, some experts question whether these ambitious goals are realistic, suggesting that achieving sortie rates similar to those of the older Nimitz class would be acceptable. In the future, new defense systems like powerful lasers and electric armor will need more electricity to work efficiently. Fortunately, the USS Gerald R. Ford carrier has more power than older carriers, so it can run these new systems along with the ones it already has, like the electromagnetic aircraft launch system. This means it can do more flights and needs fewer people to run it. They've also added a special waste management system called the Plasma Arc Waste Destruction System to the Gerald R. Ford. This system burns all the trash on the ship, keeping things clean. The Navy is even working on a laser weapon to protect the ship from missiles and small boats. In the process of building this U.S. ship, they made use of computer programs. That is not all, because they also changed how they move weapons around the ship to make it faster and need fewer people to do the job. One thing really special about this aircraft carrier is its crew area. Its crew areas are designed to be more efficient, with smaller sleeping conditions that are quieter and more comfortable bathroom facilities. However, there have been some problems with the ship's plumbing, causing toilets to clog. They've had to spend a lot of money on special cleaning to fix the pipes. For cases where a crew member falls ill and needs medical attention, the ship has a hospital with everything needed to care for sick or injured sailors, so the crews can feel at home while on board. Isn't that magnificent? While the United States is making strategic moves towards dominance at sea, other nations have been inspired as well, China and France included. The question now is, do these aircraft carriers have what it takes to beat the advanced capabilities of the USS Gerald R. Ford? Let's get into details. France is speeding up its plans for a new aircraft carrier program called Generation, or PANG for short. This new carrier will be used to replace the current Charles de Gaulle aircraft carrier, a ship that weighs 38,000 tons and serves in the French Navy. This PANG carrier will be powered by two 22 nuclear reactors, which provide over 75% more power than the Charles de Gaulle. With this upgrade, the PANG carrier will be able to reach speeds of almost 27 knots and have an unlimited range. This means that it would be able to sail for a very long time without needing to refuel. The nuclear reactors will also provide enough energy to run the carrier's onboard systems, including the new electromagnetic catapults and arresters. Initially, the Pang carrier is expected to launch aircraft like the Rafale M until France, Germany, and Spain introduce their new sixth-generation fighter into service. This fighter, showcased at the 2019 Paris Air Show, does not only look impressive, but also extremely lethal. This carrier will also be able to deploy unmanned drones, which will work alongside the manned fighters in combat situations. These drones will perform specific tasks assigned by the manned fighters. The aircraft carrier is designed to accommodate drones as well, which makes it the first carrier outside the United States that is capable of doing so. In addition to drones and up to 32 fighters, the carrier will also carry a large number of helicopters to support its operations. With a crew complement of over 2,000 sailors, it represents a significant investment, with an estimated cost of around $5 billion. The French aircraft carrier currently in use is called the Charles de Gaulle, and it became active on May 18, 2001. Since France only has one aircraft carrier, when the Charles de Gaulle is being repaired, France doesn't have any aircraft carriers available, which is very dangerous. To fix this problem, they started a project in 2003 called PA2 to see if they could make another carrier based on the design of the British Queen Elizabeth class. But they stopped working on the PA2 project in 2009 and canceled it in 2013. In October 2018, the French Minister of the Armed Forces, Florence Parly, said they would start another project for a new carrier to replace the Charles de Gaulle. They plan to spend 18 months and 40 million euros studying what this new carrier should be like, and the president would make the final decision by 2020. In May 2020, during a visit to a shipyard in Saint-Nazaire, Parly mentioned that the new carrier would be built there because it's the only place in France big enough for a ship that size. Originally, President Macron was going to decide on the design, engines, and how many ships they would build by July that same year, and then announce it on Bastille Day. But because of some changes in the government, they had to wait until later in the year. Finally, on December 8, President Macron officially started the Pang program and said the new ship would be powered by nuclear energy. In 2022, Naval Group showed some new pictures of what the carrier might look like, including changes to the control tower. Construction on the new carrier is set to happen in Saint-Nazaire, starting around 2031 after they finish designing and making the new nuclear reactors. They expect to start testing the ship in the water around 2035. Moving from discussing America's allies to potential adversaries, China has been making significant advancements in its aircraft carrier capabilities. This country in Asia currently possesses the second-largest fleet of aircraft carriers globally, with its third carrier, the Type 003 Fujian, attracting attention. Launched on June 17, 2022, the Fujian's design bears striking similarities to American supercarriers, which does not come as a shocker. The Fujian is the third aircraft carrier of China's aircraft carrier program and the first of the Type 003 class. It's named after Fujian Province, built by the Jiangnan Shipyard for the People's Liberation Army. Navy Fujian was launched on June 17, 2022, and is currently undergoing sea trials as of May 2024. Unlike previous Chinese aircraft carriers with ski-jump flight decks, Fujian is China's first Katobar aircraft carrier with a fully indigenous design and an integrated propulsion system. It's equipped with 3 electromagnetic catapults for launching aircraft. The Type 003 class was initially referred to as Type 002, but its designation changed when the second carrier, Shandong, was revealed to be Type 002. Observers anticipated the third carrier would be designated Type 003. Unlike its predecessors, it does away with assisted takeoff ramps. While information about the Fujian remains limited, it boasts electromagnetic launch systems, albeit with 3 compared to the US's 4. With a displacement of 80,000 tons, it is lighter than the Ford's 100,000 tons, potentially accommodating a smaller air wing. Nonetheless, equipped with electromagnetic launch systems, the Fujian offers the Chinese Navy diverse mission execution capabilities. It is equipped with 3 electromagnetic catapults, allowing for more advanced aircraft operations. The carrier is expected to accommodate an expanded air wing, including fighter aircraft like the J-15B variant, which features advanced avionics and missile capabilities. Sea trials and testing commenced in early 2024, signaling the final stages of preparation before Fujian entered active service. Meanwhile, South Korea, a close neighbor of China, has embarked on its own aircraft carrier journey. The South Korean CVX, the country's first-ever carrier, is part of a broader naval modernization program initiated in 2001. It draws on South Korea's advanced sea-based assets, including the Sejong, the Great Class, and Incheon class, to develop a formidable naval capability. The CVX will feature an axial flight deck similar to U.S. Navy ships like the Tarawa, Wasp, and America class vessels. Additionally, plans include procuring 20 of 35Bs and accommodating marine attack helicopters. Anticipated to be commissioned in 2030, the CVX will solidify South Korea's position among Asian nations operating aircraft carriers. Russia has never been a nation to hold out on the development of advanced military arsenals, and it's not about to start. With the Project 23,000E, also known as Storm, Russia has shocked the world. This project is a plan for a new aircraft carrier created by the Krylov State Research Center for the Russian Navy. The estimated cost for an export version of this carrier is more than $5.5 billion, which is way cheaper than the United States aircraft carrier, and it was anticipated that development would take around 10 years as of 2017. However, as of 2020, the project had not received approval yet. Due to the significant financial investment required, it remained uncertain whether this project would be prioritized over other upgrades for the Russian Navy. The Russian Navy is considering using the new aircraft carrier for the Northern Fleet to replace the Admiral Kuznetsov, which has been in service since 1991. The Nevskoye Design Bureau is also involved in developing the carrier. Although President Vladimir Putin has postponed the creation of a new aircraft carrier, along with the Leader-class destroyers, it is still a part of Russia's state armament program for 2018 to 2027. Some Russian officials have suggested that a new heavy aircraft carrier could be started between 2025 and 2030. However, in 2020, there were reports that if the carrier is built, it might be equipped with the proposed S-500 surface-to-air missiles. This air-to-surface missile is built to stop and destroy long-range missiles, super-fast cruise missiles, and planes. It's designed to cover a wide area with a range of about 600 kilometers for stopping ballistic missiles and 500 kilometers for air defense. The plan is for it to spot and take down up to 10 super-fast missiles flying as fast as 7 kilometers per second all at once. It's meant to target objects flying as high as 180 to 200 kilometers in the sky. However, as of 2023, it hasn't been tested yet against super-fast missiles. Besides, it's designed to protect against drones, satellites in low orbit, weapons in space launched from super-fast planes and super-fast space platforms. It's supposed to react in less than 4 seconds, much faster than the S-400, which takes less than 10 seconds. Thanks for watching. While you are still here, click on the link on your screen to check out another of our videos. See you there.